I still feel Varane also has to go. For some
Rafinha?
reason, yes.
Really?
I
Varane,
yes,
Varane should go,
Varane.
man. I even think
Uh,
Varane should.
I
तुझको
know.
भी
I'm
लगता है?
serious. Yeah, Varane never. I don't get that thing when he's there.
Hi guys, welcome to our new channel. मेरा चैनल तो है ही. It's a new feature, new series. नया podcast हम लोग एक बना रहे हैं. It's mostly based on football banter. ठीक है. We'll be speaking with the DESI fans, जो कि who happen to be my colleagues, friends, दोस्त लोग जो भी. And we'll speak to them कि वो कैसे cope कर रहे हैं, क्या expectations हैं, and which teams do they support, right? And we have with us right now SP, who happens to be a school friend of mine. Hi SP. SP, introduce karo yaar.
Hey guys, I'm Sribatsa and I am a City fan, which in other words also means that I've started following football very recently. And in that time, love to, like I think more than just my team matches, I love to watch other team matches because उससे criticize करने को मिलता है. And that's what sports is all about, उसका essence. So yeah, and I currently
तू कब चालू किया स्टार्ट करना फॉलो?
यार मैं 18 से चालू किया. उससे पहले मैं हमेशा बस वर्ल्ड कप मैचेस देखता था एंड आई वाज वन ऑफ दोस फैंस लाइक ब्राजील सपोर्ट करेंगे.
राइट.
एंड एज सून एज ब्राजील लॉस्ट 7-1 एंड आई वाज लाइक अब तो कुछ और करना पड़ेगा लाइफ में.
डू यू रिमेंबर जोई
एंड
बार्टन, माइका रिचर्ड्स, रिचर्ड डन, ये लोग का टाइम याद है when they were playing for
नहीं
City?
सो
Not really. Okay.
हाँ नॉट है. सो आई व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना कि आई स्टार्टेड व्हेन कि जब भी मैं 1918 से देखा ना. सो फॉर मी इफ यू टेल मी अ सिल्वा इट इज देन नॉट अ बर्नार्डो सिल्वा. इट हैज टू बी. हाँ तो उससे पहले वाला. सो
Understood.
दैट इज जस्ट द ट्रांजिशन यू कैन से व्हेन आई केम इनटू फुटबॉल.
Right. So
very good.
yeah. Next guest on the podcast we have is Kishore. Kishore bhai, welcome.
Hey, hi. I'm Inoli Kishore. Unfortunately, I'm on the red side right now. I'm a Man United fan. And I've been a Man United fan from 2000. So I was playing football for my college team. So at that time, I don't think so the telecast was happening, but it was cool to discuss about Man U for various reasons. So that's when I said, Man U, Man U, Man U. And then I think after 2002, 2003, so we had regular conversations. And also, we had a team which we call the Weekend Football Club (WFC).
All right.
Unfortunately, all of them flew out of India. I think only few of them are left in India, and me and another 3-4 people. That's why the club disintegrated. Otherwise, every Saturday, Sunday, we used to play football, watch football. We were living football for good 3-4 years. So that's when this United got craze, and unfortunately, the loyalty is for life. So yeah, this is not the right time to be a United fan, but yeah, but I'm a
But
United
you have
fan for
seen the
life.
glory days, haven't you? You have seen
I'm
the Ferguson
glory
era.
days, yes.
वो
Yes,
जो
yes, yes, yes.
चीटिंग वीटिंग करके जो टाइम 10-15 मिनट ऐड करते थे वो तो आपने देखा ही होगा, राइट?
As long as you win, that is fine, dude. Even now, I'm ready to cheat and win if given an opportunity.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, die hard United fan.
Fair enough.
वो वाले में
तेरा आवाज नहीं आया भाई.
वो 8-2 वाले में कितना
इसको एडिट कर देंगे ये वाला पार्ट को, ठीक है?
8-1, yeah. How can we forget that?
हाँ, इसके टाइम में आशीर्वाद के मुंह से कोई गाली निकाल देना एडिट के लिए. एडिट करते हैं.
8-2 था बाय द वे. थियो वॉलकॉट एंड वैन पर्सी, क्या सही गोल थे यार. ठीक है.
We had Rooney scoring twice against that day.
एशली यंग भी मार रहा था यार, कर्लर पे कर्लर.
Yeah.
मतलब मेंटली स्कार्ड हो गया था, मतलब बहुत 1-2 साल के लिए. तो आई टुक सो मच टाइम टू रिकवर फ्रॉम दैट. So guys, the third special guest that we have on the podcast is my dear old friend Ashirbad. Ashirbad, introductions यार please. How we met and तू किसको follow करता है, तू कहाँ मतलब क्यों follow करता है, etc.
Right. Hello everyone. Like everyone else in this group, I have been following football since quite a few time. A very avid football fan. I follow international matches as well. And I switch between teams because, we are from India. Our team doesn't play in the national matches. So there's no point in just following one team blindly. I used to follow Germany, but in the last 2 debacles, so I'm trying to switch over the teams now. And in club football, yeah, it's Manchester United. I won't say sadly. I have had some great memories with the club. I've been following them since 2004. The Euro incident between Rooney and Ronaldo, I think everyone remembers that. After that, I came to know about the Another friend of mine, I think Sribatsa and Vivek knows him, Nishchal. He tried to make me an Arsenal fan initially when I was starting off. But I'm glad I didn't go that way. I'm glad I went the United way. It's fine. I think the last 8 years
It was
has been really topsy-turvy.
Divyansh and Nishchal,
No,
है ना?
yeah, but Nishchal tried really hard.
Right.
Nishchal tried really hard. You should show me edited videos of Henry. Not that Henry was good, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Can I say about United's recent performance? We know it's been bad because Premier League is the only place where we talk about a top 6. Other places have top 3, top 4, top 2. So now it's cutthroat competition over here. And United, I think, right now are the worst of the top 6 teams, going by recent performances. But we can always hope, and I'll always hope. I know we'll turn the corner someday around. Let's see what happens going ahead.
Okay, all right. So, क्योंकि we have the majority of the panel, majority क्या 2 जन तो United के fans हैं, तो we will let's speak about United and let's try to dissect what is exactly happening at their club. I'll just quickly share my screen.
Okay.
ये पूरा ऑफिस टाइप वाला लग रहा है क्या? नहीं ना? शेयर.
नहीं.
अभी तक तो पूछा नहीं ना कि आर यू ऑडिबल, तो चिल है.
Okay. So speaking of United, their upcoming fixture अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो next fixture is with Fulham.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Last match में क्या हुआ था? I think it was the EFL Cup, is it? Okay. So,
Yeah.
And United lost to Newcastle 3-0 at home. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
reaction क्या है मतलब आप लोग का? मतलब from what I saw is कि Newcastle was playing B team basically.
I did watch the match with hope. I did watch the match. I think the first 15-20 minutes was pretty decent, considering the lineup that we had, because we didn't have Bruno, Rashford, all the main players were not
Yeah.
Eriksen. So they were hoping that, and likewise the Newcastle also set it up that way, like you said, it's the B team. But I think what our United fan told, I think it's the confidence that's missing. I think there was a lot of movements made from the flanks, but the penetration was not there. I don't know. I think they've forgotten their shooting boots. Even last 2 matches, I think even with the City match, I think just 1 or 2 goals. It's just the momentum. I think we're similar. Even if I feel the same with Chelsea as well. I think even I watched a couple of Chelsea matches as well. Chelsea are also doing all the things, barring scoring the goal. I think that's the only thing that's missing. I think with United as well. If we start getting the shooting boots on, and I'm not expecting Rashford to do that. Højlund I have, but if we get those goals back, I think it should be better. But the score line is exaggerated according to me. I think it should have been probably a 1-2 defeat to Newcastle. Newcastle deserved to win, because even in the second half, Manu came all guns blazing. And they just had one movement, and they scored a goal. And we were struggling. We were just there in their half for good 15-20 minutes. And then they just sneak through and just score a goal. So this is what's happening with United. It's not going away. But I still take positives from that.
I don't think the final pass is inside. When you're low on confidence, you don't try those outrageous passes.
Yes.
And those click.
Yes.
Good players ahead.
Yeah.
Those passes.
अभी आपके टीम का कैप्टन कौन है? By the way, is it Bruno?
Yeah, it is
Bruno on
Bruno.
paper.
Club captain
Bruno
is
on
Bruno Fernandes, right?
Yes. It's Bruno on paper.
So, according to you, who should be made the club captain? Should it still be Bruno, या फिर do you prefer Lisandro Martinez, या फिर Onana maybe? Onana, I'm not sure if you guys are...
Oh, no. He's giving us banana only, seriously, with all his butterfingers, I swear.
You guys released David De Gea and you purchased Onana. So, मतलब
Correct.
how, मतलब आप लोग का reaction क्या है? मतलब was it worth it? Was it worth the investment? And did David De Gea deserve that kind of treatment?
Hey, you want to go?
Yeah, I will go. See, DDG, when DDG came in, even the first season was very bad for him, I think. It was very bad. But second season onwards, he really picked up. And no doubt, for a period of time, he was the best goalkeeper in the world. He was also decent while going out. He was decent. See, I won't compare Onana with DDG yet. Onana, no doubt, has favors of ETH because he has worked with him previously.
Yeah.
So he was in his mind. So that's the reason. I think that's the primary reason that he was bought in. Not that we are looking for a replacement like for DK. I don't think it's possible to find someone for DDG. His treatment, well, yeah, I didn't like it. I think he should have been allowed to retire over here if he wanted that. He didn't, in any of his meetings or any of his interviews, he never said that he wants to retire over here or he wants to leave the football or anything. So I think we should have persisted with him. We could have bought a new keeper, having DDJ on the sidelines as well. Yeah, it was bad. It was badly handled. But see, after what he did to Ronaldo, the treatment he did is nothing. Ronaldo issue went really out of hand.
Yes.
I think that could have been managed a lot more better. And that took a serious dent on many people over here because many people idolize Ronaldo. And when they saw the way he was being treated, maybe they had some distances from the manager after that of the current squad because most of the youngsters.
तो आप लोग को क्या लगता है कि इसमें who is to blame for the whole Ronaldo वाला episode? Who is to blame for this?
There's not a single incident. The way the club is handled. See, we dole out the highest salaries, right? Irrespective of consequences. So when people join Manchester United, it's like a stature for them. It's like they have completed football for them. They're joining the biggest club. They get paid the highest salaries, even without putting in a performance that's
worth the paycheck. Yeah.
So see, financially speaking, they are amongst the best footballers. So for them, they come within the mentality. They don't work hard. They don't need to work hard because they get to pay the salaries and all. And when they compare themselves with other clubs, United has that, that due to the old glory days, they have those fandom and all. So I think that is not good. In today's, when Ronaldo came in, he didn't just have the stardom follow him. He worked really hard for that. We have all seen that. He used to have very bad performances as well. But slowly and steadily, he had a good manager at hand. And Ferguson really had that iron stick with him, right? He made people work according to him.
Yes.
But ETH, these big players have big managers and all. They are there to find different clubs for him. So he just can't take a decision without thinking of the consequences. But Fergie didn't think twice before doling out the boot at Beckham even, who was the biggest player at that time.
Hair dryer.
Even though I think he's a decent manager, but he doesn't has the proper backing to take strict decisions without thinking of the consequences. Manager, I think he needs to have that, at least at United.
Right.
And I think,
which we are saying is that confidence is something that United is lacking. Now, again, you being a fan of a team which was suddenly going down, I think 2 years back, and suddenly then came back. Last year, I think I was one of the best seasons that I saw for Arsenal. This confidence, how does it come back? Because one thing that I do see is, for example, last year's Liverpool versus United game, first half United were really good. First half I saw United being almost the better side. And then they got one goal scored and the scoreline suddenly turned to astronomical difference. And again, this season also, McTominay comes in, scores in the last few minutes, and you suddenly think, will United take inspiration for this and get more confidence?
Yeah.
Again, a match at Newcastle, it's not working out. Previous match, United City derby, and there also the scoreline does not reflect how good United were. How do they get this confidence back? Being supporting a team which has got back its confidence and things are working out really well for Arsenal in the league. कैसे होगा ये?
He's asking Vivek.
Yeah. I think it's a generic question to everyone. ठीक है. So
we didn't bounce back yet, so it's not for us.
Yeah. Well, what I feel is कि you have to sell off players, है ना? I don't find the rationale behind signing Johnny Evans again. He's 36, 37. He got relegated with West Brom. He got relegated with Leicester, right? And no doubt on his day he can play well, manage well against the lower ended teams या फिर कोई Carabao Cup का tie हो गया. अब तो possible है नहीं वो, by the way. But still. So what was the rationale behind signing Johnny Evans on a free and then spending basically terminating CR7's contract, and you signed Rasmus Højlund. वो भी कितना 80-90 million कुछ था, right?
Yeah.
So
I think couple of points I want to highlight. I think for the Ronaldo's fiasco, I'm using the word again. I think I'm a great fan. I was a great fan of Ronaldo, but I think I still believe in the concept saying that no player is bigger than the club. I think he wanted to prove that, which it was evident on the pitch. And you really have, as a manager, you can't let probably Vivek do everything on the field when you have another 10 players on the field. So I think from that perspective, I think it could have still been better, but I think it was heading towards it any which ways. So I was okay with that because I think Ronaldo wanted to put his foot saying that I have to play even if I don't score. I have to play even if
But
there's
is
another
that
guy waiting
bad?
in the bench.
But is that bad,
It
really?
is. I think it's not bad,
For a
but I
transitional
think
period like
it's
this, when you're purchasing players who are not performing, let's say Anthony हो गया, he's basically a freestyler. He's not even a footballer. एंटनी इज जस्ट अ फ्री स्टाइलर. वो 5 स्टार स्किल मूव्स अपने अपने एंड में वो करता रहता है, ठीक है, एंड प्रोडक्ट कुछ है नहीं. एंड यू गाइस परचेज्ड सैंचो इफ आई रिमेंबर फ्रॉम डॉटमंड. वो गायब ही है भाई, वो बंदा दिख ही नहीं रहा है. एंड ही वाज वंस टाउटेड टू बी मतलब कि बैलन डॉर जीतने वाला है करके, इंग्लैंड का फ्यूचर कैप्टन ये वो. तो ये ट्रांजिशनल पीरियड में यू नीड समबडी, एन आइकॉन बेसिकली. हाउ मतलब लेट्स से जब मैग्वायर एंड आई डोंट नो लिंडलॉफ या एरिक बाई के साथ आप लोग डिफेंस सेटअप कर रहे थे, तो व्हेन यू परचेज वरान, तो वो डिफेंस को शेकअप किया, राइट? इट्स दैट प्रेजेंस, इजंट इट? इज व्हाट आई फील बेसिकली. एंड व्हेन दे साइंड व्हेन दे क्या आप व्हेन यू गाइस साइंड कैसेमेरो, तो वो भी तो मिडफील्ड का एक मेन स्टे होगा ना. तो आई थिंक ये वाला ट्रांजिशनल पीरियड में व्हेन यू लेट गो ऑफ समबडी लाइक CR7 का स्टैचर, मतलब उसका प्रेजेंस ही फॉर सम टीम्स ना, इस प्रेजेंस अलोन इज सफिशिएंट समटाइम्स, इज व्हाट आई फील. इन क्रंच मैचेस में भी, और इन लेट्स से कोई टाइट मैच है, ठीक है, बिकॉज ही हैज़ दैट एबिलिटी टू, हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, टू प्रोड्यूस अ मोमेंट ऑफ मैजिक, राइट? ही वॉज दैट प्लेयर. अभी यूनाइटेड में आपके एंटायर स्क्वाड में डू यू हैव, आई थिंक अपार्ट फ्रॉम गार्नाचो, मे बी मैं बोलूँगा, आई थिंक अपार्ट फ्रॉम गार्नाचो आई डोंट थिंक यू हैव एनी प्लेयर हु कैन प्रोड्यूस दैट मोमेंट ऑफ मैजिक आउट ऑफ नथिंग बेसिकली.
No, just adding to your point, I think you have a good point saying that this guy can actually produce moment of magic, and I think we were expecting that for quite some time. I was also expecting that Ronaldo would be manned by two defenders considering what was happening, but unfortunately that was not the case. And to your point on Sancho, I think if you had seen his Dortmund days, that guy was too good. He was too good. I think every time he looked up, there was Haaland there who was making those runs, and then he was passing because he was making those runs. On the contrary, when it was in United, there was this guy, Ronaldo, who was waiting there, saying that you have to pass it here because from here, this is my sweet spot to score. If you can check those. Now Sancho, instead of doing his own style, had to just feed Ronaldo. I think that is where the presence can have two ways. The perception is two ways. As a player, I think now my job is to just feed this guy. He's standing there, but I know it's not going to reach there. But I have to because it's Ronaldo. I think from an opponent's perspective, you are right. I think from a team's perspective, the tension was there in terms of the in the area, the right flank and the left flank,
Right.
because there's no one else that you can look at, and you have to pass it. No other option. You can't score goals. So I think that kind of tension was there. But moment of magic anytime. I'm completely with you. But believe me, in the 6-7 games that I was watching Ronaldo very closely, hoping that he'll give this magic to us, it was not coming, and it was not even evident that it's going to come. So that's my thought. He's a great player. Anyways, he's a great player.
The problem was he was not accepting being sat on the bench. See, you are a good player, no doubt. You have too much for your country, for the club, but you should accept the manager's decision to sit out some games. See, you are 36, 37, you are beyond your prime, no doubt. So the manager wanted to have him in the squad, but not to play every game.
But do you blame him really? Sorry for the disruption, guys. Zoom मीटिंग, फ्री मीटिंग एंड हो गया, पता नहीं क्या वो लोग पैसा वैसा मांग रहे हैं, तो मैं बोला भाई पैसा नहीं देने वाला हूँ, 9 मिनट्स वेट करूँगा, नया फ्री मीटिंग से दोबारा स्टार्ट करेंगे. तो the second part of the meeting has been resumed, and Ashri, you can see
typical Arsenal way, right? Typical Arsenal way.
And you can see Ashri is already driving. He's on his way to meet his girlfriend or somebody, I think.
I wish.
Which is fine. Okay, so we were discussing about Ronaldo. So I assume आप लोग ने वो Piers Morgan वाला interview देखा होगा, which is because why the entire thing happened, right? So
No, I think at that time Ronaldo had decided, right? Ronaldo had decided that he doesn't want
He just
he doesn't want a truce.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So,
So we don't know what happened before that. That interview was that was the end. We know it ended over there. But before that only, my other friend said, when people start believing they're bigger than the club, no doubt Ronaldo's achieved a lot. I think in this generation, Ronaldo and Messi, they are far above others, right? But still, they have to believe in some ethics and some ethos of the game. You can't hold a club ransom, right? Like what Mbappe is doing to PSG now. You can see that people are holding clubs ransom to get their demands met.
that is true.
And,
Yeah, agreed.
that culture has come in already. It was not there 15 years back. I think it has come in now, and clubs because they have to compete with so many other clubs for not only for footballing things but also financial things, right?
Yeah.
So they bow down to the players, and that is hampering. And United, I think United has faced that problem. I think that doesn't get talked about much, but that is a problem that we're facing. People think that they are bigger than the club.
Yeah, I think that's the notion which we are also. I mean, I'm personally against it, and I think the Piers Morgan interview clearly shows the audacity of the player, saying that I can still rant against the club and get away with it, or it was probably his strategy to ensure that the thing happens on the dotted
I think
line.
it was
Because
more against the manager and the management, isn't it? And not with the club as a whole.
no, so even that's, I don't know,
Oh,
because what I felt when I was listening to that was like this was totally uncalled for. And of all people, Piers Morgan. Why? Why this? Anyways, this interview is not going to be shown in good light, even if you're giving the great interview. So I was totally against that. So yeah, I think that clearly, unfortunately, didn't help United. They had to take a call and they had to do it. And at least for that piece, I was like, okay, fine. We have a guy who can actually challenge the biggest player because it's difficult to have all these big personalities in your team and manage them. It's very, very difficult.
right.
It's easy to manage these 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, the next big things, and it's very difficult to manage the big things. And I think I really like the way he managed it. However, unfortunately, it didn't go as per the script of Ronaldo, at least.
Right. So, before we wrap up, so I have a couple of questions that I need to like ask you guys. So, आप लोग क्या मतलब आप लोग का क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस है फ्रॉम यूनाइटेड दिस सीजन मतलब व्हाट विल मेक मतलब क्या होने से आपको लगेगा कि चलो हाँ भाई ये सीजन चलो बच गया मतलब इट्स नॉट कंप्लीट शैम्बल्स
Well, this season, first of all, see, we're also getting riddled with the problems, the issues that domestic violence issue with Mason Greenwood and all. See, Greenwood was a good player; he was a upcoming player, and we had to loan him out.
Squad is
which
Because
reminds
even though I
which brings me to the fact कि
remember
क्या
drop it,
यूनाइटेड में ऐसे
but
प्लेयर्स
still,
क्यों
a faction of the club's fans. That's the problem. See, अब क्या बोलूं यार? This is an extra problem that we have to face with now.
I mean
Injuries
I
तो अलग
think
है, and these problems. See, Anthony, no doubt, even though he
I think
and don't you think that plays on the psyche of other players?
Yeah, it does. It
When
does.
these sort of events happen in the club,
I
unity
think
वगैरह तो
somewhere
खत्म होता ही होता है because
expected कि अगर हम opponents को beat नहीं कर सकते घर पे बीट कर
they
सकते
go
दो दिन में
that team is running there.
That was below the belt, SB. That's below the belt.
हाँ मतलब that also might have been the case for Mason Greenwood's wife but yeah
No, no, I mean, yeah.
all right so
See, I think the main problem is confidence.
okay
The main problem is confidence to a variety of reasons. Yeah, and starting from the Ronaldo issue, I think the way that was handled, many players they thought the atmosphere was conducive for them. Like ETH as a manager, I think they have to, uh, they don't want to respect him maybe because out of the see Bruno Fernandes. We had a news article. It was saying Fernandes was having problems with Ronaldo after that issue. So that was one issue that was highlighted. There are many issues because Garnacho has openly said he respects Ronaldo and he idolizes him a lot. There are other players also, and that creates factions in the club. When the Ronaldo issue was treated like this, was handled like this, that creates factions.
right
Some people support that decision, some people don't. And I think it's clearly visible on the pitch. Like Pathi has just mentioned that many games we start off well, We start off well, but then after 15-20 minutes we phase out. Once we don't get a result in the first 10-15 minutes, we don't get a goal. We just phase out.
So who is to blame for this?
The first 15-20 minutes that we play.
Is ETH to blame for this? Do you guys?
Well, see, I will definitely hold manager accountable, definitely. But
Okay.
I won't say that we need to sack him now. We have sacked a lot of managers now. I don't want to get turned to the sacking club. The
I
manager
think
is responsible. He has to think these things through. That whatever decision he takes,
Right.
there will be a long-term impact on that. Ronaldo issue,
But-
no doubt, it's still being talked about now.
Right.
and still,
Kishore bhai, yeah, go on please. Yeah.
no, I think more than along with confidence. I think when United is playing, I mean, I watch it very critically, so I can feel the tension. I can feel the tension. It's not the way Arsenal is playing right now. I think it's some of the times when they are in the midfield, they play for fun, which is evidently missing. It's like Casemiro is going to make a mistake.
Yeah,
I think it's
Arsenal,
McTominay is
City,
maybe
even
going to make a
Liverpool.
mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
think
really like. Even Arsenal, City are really playing good football these days.
Yeah. I think
Midfield battle.
for your first question, what is the best result for Man U? I think
From
if
this
you
point
make it to
onwards, yes.
top six, I think it's going to be amazing. Considering the way,
So where
Yeah,
do you
I
predict?
think-
Where do you predict United is going to finish this season?
I think considering all the other teams, I think we deserve to be number 8 end of the season. If
Eighth
you're
May,
looking
I
at from
think
a
there is no European place, no? Till 7th tak
no,
hai.
that's secondary.
Or is it?
That's second.
Or is it this year 5 places for UCL and then 2 for Europa, 1 for conference? ऐसा हो गया ना?
What
I think top
is the
6
point
only.
of playing in Europe only for the group stages? हमेशा ग्रुप स्टेज में निकलना ही होता है.
यार और मेरे को रोस्ट वोस्ट करने का जरूरत नहीं है. हर बार आशिक को ही मतलब बोल देंगे सेल्फ रोस्ट कर देगा अपने क्लब को.
No, but
So
but I think we should also appreciate other teams. It's there's no scope right now for us to actually overtake teams. I think probably I mean if you look at Villa, Newcastle, I'm not even talking about Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. I think these guys
तो
even
completely मतलब वो अलग tangent में जा रहा है, isn't it? मतलब
Even Brighton-
on a very
Brighton-
good tangent.
Newcastle will be the next city.
Yeah.
They'll be the next city.
Definitely, yes.
Brighton. So there's no scope for us to actually sneak through, even getting there, unless and until we start registering some wins. Forget wins, we are not getting goals right now. I think that's the most important thing for me,
Yeah,
at least.
right.
The moment one goal comes, I think that's where this whole thing is. Look at against City 0-3, against Newcastle 0-3. Along with the manager, I also feel the players also. I think they're lackluster performances. I saw the match against Bournemouth. The people were dying, flying around left, right, and center, and our guys, no zeal whatsoever. Miss the ball, look at each other, and then stand there. I'm like, what the hell? Even we don't do that in school football. You just go after that guy, tackle that guy, get the yellow card, get the red card. It's okay, big deal.
Right.
But that's not the feel right now on the field. The feel is, oh, thank God it's Maguire's mistake today. Thank God it's Casemiro's mistake today. I can actually, manager can't tell me. I think that is the kind of situation we are in right now. I think that all these will change. I think when you said with Arsenal, you had to sell a lot of players. I think it's a complete overhaul in terms of both the players. And I think not manager this year, maybe next year for sure. Not this year.
So you are all
I
in
don't-
for like key PTH, is it? Key PTH, both of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It is key PTH. It's not. I think we wouldn't have this discussion had we turned around 2-3 games which we lost 1-0 or 2-1. I think that's where we would have been in the top 5, top 6, and this discussion wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Having said that, is he good enough to lead United? Genuinely, no, he is
Okay.
not. I think we should be looking at somebody else.
Like
because
who?
every time.
Like who? Who
I mean,
is
I
available
don't-
in the market right now?
See,
So let's
I
say,
don't know.
hear me out. So let's say the management and the fans outcry and everything all makes them decide कि भाई हो गया ETH को निकाल दो करके खत्म भाई तू बहुत अपना एरिडिविजी से अपने प्लेयर्स ला रहा है ठीक है वी आर डन विद दैट शिट ठीक है एंड अभी नया बंदों को लाते हैं ठीक है तो whom do you guys see as the ideal replacement who can take United forward?
I think, for me,
back
I'm a
Zizou.
big.
Sorry?
Okay.
Beg
Zidane.
to come and help us out.
Zidane, Zizou.
Yeah, I will beg him.
But Zizou.
Is he contextual to EPL? Like, does he even know like how
Yeah,
EPL
but I don't
strategy
get.
is there.
See, I understand the like reasoning behind this, but I find him very overrated here as a manager. I know he won like 3 UCL titles with Real, but that was down to the team, है ना? Sergio Ramos, Benzema, Modric, Cruz, Ronaldo, ये सब क्रंच मैचेस में पूरा परफॉर्म कर देते हैं यार. And last वाला title भी that they won with Ancelotti. So it was all Benzema and Vinicius. They were carrying the team literally. It was not Ancelotti's मतलब उसका कुछ मतलब he didn't have to do anything special, isn't it? So I don't get why
I think
people
even-
are rating Zizou.
I think the reason he's saying Zizou is because he's available right now.
I see.
I think my vote would have been for someone like Simeone. I think this guy can actually drive us back to our old days.
He can rally
if he-
rally the team.
Yes, I think these are the guys. This is something that's missing. I think every minute they have to be on the field. Every minute they have to feel the tension. I think ETH is not like that. ETH is like this boss kind of thing. He's like his word, boss. My job is done. Oh, you do it, do it. I think that's where he stops. And then he says, oh, see, this guy didn't do it. But even, yes, last night's match I was watching, I like Atletico Madrid. I think they're free-flowing. I think there's a lot of... I think I like that team. In Spanish league, instead of Real and Barcelona, I always admired Madrid, at least for the last
Atletico,
5 seasons.
okay.
And it's, I rate them better than Barcelona and Real Madrid. I think thanks to Simeone. I think it's because of Simeone. He drives the team.
He broke
So
the
someone
monotony
like
of the league's
Yes,
entire
yes,
thing,
yes,
isn't it?
yes.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
आपका
I would
prediction
still
क्या है?
prefer it.
So आपका prediction क्या है? मतलब United कहाँ finish करने वाला है? And what is your prediction? And where do you actually want United to finish? And where do you actually see United finishing at the end of the league? Kishore bhai, go please.
I want United to finish in top 4. That's I think that's part of the dream
वो
campaign that I have.
नहीं लग रहा है मेरे को.
Yeah, it's again this. It's like at least सवाल तो पूछो, right? So
Right.
at least dream करो.
But
you
yeah,
never know. You never.
Obviously,
Dream तो बड़ा
yeah.
Yeah,
करना है. Dream छोटा नहीं कर सकते. Dream बड़ा ही होना चाहिए.
Yeah. So
Right.
top 4, I think for even ETH to sell himself for the next year, saying that guys, I know there's a lot of good things. I think Ronaldo, Anthony, that this and all he can talk, and then for that also he needs a top 6 finish for him to even talk about this to the management.
Right.
But considering the situation right now, I think it's going to be top 8. Okay, so this is where it is. Top 4 for me, top 6 for ETH, and top 8 I think is
As a reality
going well.
kind of thing.
Reality check में.
SP तुझको क्या लगता है? मतलब कहाँ United
Oh
कहाँ
my
finish
God!
करने वाला है?
I think he's also lacking vision like Manchester United, so he's put the glasses on right now.
No. My question is to SP. SP, where do you see United finishing this year?
हम तो third end करेंगे, I know.
Yeah, so United with the current form, I think
be third.
they'll
Finish
finish
third,
on 7th.
Okay.
But one thing is, if they forget about those just trophies, ना जैसे last time EFL जीते थे खुशी हो जाना. अगर if they just don't do that, then they can go higher also.
If they focus
But,
solely on the league, I think they can achieve a higher finish, isn't it?
I think that's the only option we have right now. Champions League तो गया.
FA Cup is still there. No, it's still a trophy, isn't it? It's a big trophy. It's मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब friendly है. Still considered it's the oldest cup competition, right?
Yeah,
तो-
no.
Yeah.
It is.
But अगर
It is.
7 के ऊपर कहीं भी जाना है ना, they have to figure out this thing कि how to bring out the best in the team.
Yeah.
मतलब since Ronaldo came ना, somehow I just felt कि entire team like forgot how they used to play.
Right.
Like Bruno Fernandes said कि मैं तो इसको खेलूंगा नहीं इसके साथ, ये मेरी सौतन है, I will not play when he plays.
Right.
Any day that Ronaldo will not play, he'll score 2-3 goals, and I'm like, why are you just waiting for Ronaldo to not play? Same with Sancho. I don't think he ever got to his best since Ronaldo came, and it's been that way.
Right.
So
And he's not coming back also. He's not coming back.
Sancho really perplexes me. I don't know what happened to him.
He has had a
I watched
fallout.
his videos of Dortmund days.
He has had a fallout with the managers. As simple as that. वो एक बार
No,
बीच में
that
हुआ
is-
था ना?
that is this season. But even before this, he never really clicked. He never really had a string of performances.
Again,
You
there's
watch
it's
I don't know
a
what-
signing made by Ole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ole का signing है वो.
Yeah.
तो I don't know.
नहीं ओले का साइनिंग था बट उसका डिस्कशन कुछ 1 साल से पहले ही था.
Right.
I think ओले का finally I think he got it signed but yeah At that point of time, if you really want to ask someone who's going to do that flank wall, I think we would have still looked at Sancho because he was sublime in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bundesliga. He
During
was
the
sublime.
Dortmund days.
And
Yeah, he was really good.
and signings
Even
wise
last
भी तो
season,
ओले का signings and ETH का signings they haven't really done well apart from
Hey,
एक
Sancho
एक दो
was
को
better
छोड़
than
के.
Haaland.
I feel like
Sancho was better than
Casemiro is the
Haaland at
best
Dortmund.
signing in the last 2 years.
Yes,
Casemiro is the
yes.
only person who keeps his cool, scores a goal, gives an assist. मतलब, he's doing things. Like you said, the magic. I feel at least
Yeah.
what 15-20% magic is
Casemiro में
always
है,
there.
Casemiro में है. I think at least I'm okay. He reminds me of Vidic. When Vidic was there, even if he doesn't get the ball, he would get the man. I think that's the kind of personality I'm looking at. I said, go. Anyways, you're losing. Go down 10 men. Take the legs off of the opponents and then go to 10 men. That's fine.
You are really comparing Casemiro with Vidic.
So
नहीं
what
यार.
I'm saying, no, not a like to like an apple to apple comparison. What I'm saying is that's the kind of the spirit he gets onto the field, saying that he goes all out. Okay, there's no 50-50 wala thing.
That
He
explains
knows
the
it's going to be
red
irrelevant.
cards, isn't it?
Yes, yes. He goes all out. And I think this is something that he brings onto the table.
Right.
Uska agar 50% others start doing, trust me, I think this 3-0 will at least be 1-0 loss. I'm not saying it's going to be turned into a win, but the manner of loss, the magnitude of loss would be reduced. I think that spirit, confidence, and the goals. The goals come, I think I'm hoping today it is going to come against Fulham. If it comes, I think we can still see because the next 3-4 games are all easy games for us. Fulham, I think Luton Town, I think Copenhagen. These are things, good timing for ATS to get these 3-0, 4-0 wins, not
Really?
other way around. If he gets, yes, there's a good chance for him. He can just say, guys, you can say my job. Come on, what way you want to play? You want to play here? I'll give it to you, or something like that, and get these strings of wins. I think that's possible.
Right. So question to Ashirbad. Ashirbad, तेरा prediction क्या था? कहाँ यूनाइटेड कहाँ फिनिश करने वाला है? थर्ड पे.
हाँ.
कहाँ कौन से
Prediction नहीं भाई, वो
फैंटेसी लीग? कौन सा लीग है ये?
तो और लीग की बात कर रहा है.
Fantasy में बहुत नहीं चल रहा है वो. No, see.
But on a serious
I
note,
just gave that as a fan. That's a fanboy prediction.
yeah. But on a serious note, where do you actually see?
If I'm being serious, I don't think we can finish the top 6 this year. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. Because see, the thing is, if you, I have watched around 3 to 4 full games only this season. I haven't been able to watch all the entirety of the games. But I've seen that once we like in the first 15-20 minutes when we come all out and we don't get a goal, after that suddenly the entire momentum shifts. We play a different brand of football, and you can't just compare them. First 50 minutes we play a pattern of football, and after that there's no pattern at all. And we lose so many balls in the midfield.
I think
my God, so many
similar
balls in the
lines
midfield.
to what happened in Liverpool.
Bruno faces the goalkeeper. He tries to just like give a pass on a turn, and there's someone charging him, and there's no one to guide him over there.
Right.
That has happened a lot this time. You can just see that, and I think that's due to lack of confidence, and obviously many other factors as well.
Right.
And I don't know, but yeah, other teams are playing really good, fascinating football, and I'm quite jealous. You're doing all the good things also. Like ETH was a proven manager. ETH was a proven manager. I backed him. But now even I am doubtful. Like I don't know if he can't get us across the line, then who will? Right now, there are very few people that will come to United. See, Pep Guardiola is a good manager, but obviously he's a City. He won't be coming. You can't entice him.
Obviously, कहाँ का वो तो कहाँ क्या?
So from the people that were left, ETH was the best option. नहीं वही from the people that were left.
नहीं मेरे ख्याल से you could have given Ole one more season since he had got Ronaldo back, ठीक है, and he could have waited for to like pursue Simeone या फिर क्या नाम था वो चेल्सी का एक्समैन टूचल थॉमस टूचल, वो अच्छा कर सकता था.
Thomas Tuchel would have
done well, is what
I think even Pochettino would have.
मेरे को तो लगता है we should have stuck with Jose only.
That explains. But वो 3 सीजन के एक्स्ट्रा आगे तो नहीं जाता है ना कहीं पे भी, तो वो उसका थर्ड सीजन पे he gets fed up and he gets fired, isn't it?
So yeah, so that gives us the scope with I think only Brighton and Villa probably fizzling down in the second half of the year. Barring that, Liverpool looks stunning. City is invincible. Arsenal just probably once in 5 games they might not fire. I think Tottenham can't sustain this for long. They are going to come down to top four.
Definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, so
Tottenham. I think they are punching above their weight. So I think,
yeah,
and they
I
had a
think
easier run of fixtures as well.
yeah.
They are yet
So
to
Tottenham won't be
face.
there.
Yeah, and I think they are
I
in the running for fourth position, maybe. What I
top
feel.
four for sure. I
Yeah.
think even me.
See,
I think the
City.
fight is going to be between City, Arsenal, and Liverpool
आई
for
थिंक
sure.
बट
And
आई एम मोर मैं तो नहीं मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि आर्सेनल फाइट में रहेगा तो आई थिंक व्हाट आई फील इज कि
Yeah, Arsenal definitely second. First तो कभी नहीं,
नहीं
second.
नहीं
I
नहीं
think fight में
आई व्हाट आई
50-50
फील इज
रहेंगे.
कि आर्सेनल थर्ड इनफैक्ट नॉट इवन सेकंड
नहीं, second,
okay,
second, second. I
okay.
think second.
because Liverpool is not in Europe now so they will be challenging for the title is what I feel especially
Yeah, that is one factor. Right, right.
But if you see the
especially अभी
Champions
City
League,
is without KDB till Jan I think है ना तो I'm not getting it why people and teams are not pouncing on City तो because once
That's true.
KDB is back तो वो तो ले लेगा सेकेंड हाफ सीजन पूरा एक स्ट्रीक पे ले लेगा विनिंग स्ट्रीक पे 10 गेम 12 गेम 15 गेम वो
But
स्ट्रीक
even
पे ले लेगा
even without KDB, they are very ferocious, भाई.
नहीं
I
यार
think this thing is not there with City anymore
so once
without KDB.
once they lost Gundogan right
I think see KDB is not the main thing that is missing. The main thing missing is Gundogan's replacement.
yeah
That has
correct
not.
Gundogan,
correct
Yeah.
so
So
last
we
season
can
if you see Gundogan ने तकरीबन सिंगल हैंडेडली अकेले लास्ट मिनट विनर्स या फिर नॉर्मल विनर्स बहुत सारे मारे हैं like 10-15 games अकेले वो जीता है तो that goal is missing I think for that they tried to purchase Kovacic and Nunes right from Wolves
yeah.
Nunes is a very good player what I feel but I don't know what they're doing with Kovacic क्या बोलते मतलब how do you say it so Kovacic right तो
Watch it, right? I think.
yeah so that can be a factor which is why I see Liverpool
Yeah.
like chasing them
but
all
I
the
feel
way
Arsenal will be in contention because उनका Champions League again very early to call, but I don't think Champions League बहुत promising दिख रहा है. They will focus on the league and it's going to be a good fight in for the first
I
and
think,
second.
yeah, I still feel it's going to be, for some reason, Liverpool and Arsenal for top one and two. City slipping to third. Last year, they were invincible, man. I think they were there everywhere. I
right
think, like you said, Gundogan, and I think what's the guy who went to Saudi? What's the guy's name? The
Mahrez
left.
Mahrez
Mahrez,
Mahrez.
yeah. I think with Grealish, I think it's a clown on the left hand side. Instead of that, the other guy who's Duku, what is his, whatever
Jeremy
that guy
Doku
is. Doku. I think if they play that guy more, because I think this guy has more cosmetic value than value on field.
yeah
Grealish. I think this guy plays for the whistle and not for ensuring that there's goal. He just wants a foul or something. Every time he looks like a headless chicken at times. For me, at least for me,
right
I feel good when Grealish has the ball. I know nothing is going to come out of this. If it's other way around when it's with this new guy with Duku, I think he always looks up. He always looks at probably a Haaland or somebody to ensure that there is a pass or something.
he's a bit
So
of a
I
trickster
think
ना उसका quick feet करके
yeah,
will try to
yeah,
cut
yeah.
back वगैरह that kind of a player
I and that's precisely Grealish was there because he used to do that in the Villa days. That's what he was doing.
right
His aim was goal. I think he forgets that he has to score goal also. He thinks that he does this and fans give the ooh-la-las and all the press reporters are going to say the best thing and all. I think he's happy with that. But eventually his contribution, I don't know. I don't know the stats, but I still feel that he's not the guy who's doing the thing what he was doing in Villa days. If he's not replaced, good for us. I think Arsenal and Liverpool will come up. I'm happy if Grealish stays on the field.
nice of Kishore bhai to steer the conversation मतलब towards City की तरफ मतलब बहुत बढ़िया है but I'm still trying to get you back to United so
please.
my last question is basically on the United segment is 3 players okay let's not say 3 let's say 4 players if you have to get rid of instantly in the next transfer window तो कौन है वो 4 प्लेयर्स जो कि मतलब आप बोलोगे कि भाई तू सेल नहीं भी हो रहा है तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टर्मिनेट करो तो निकल मेरे क्लब से हु आर दोस 4 प्लेयर्स
I think the guys who don't add value at all. One is Anthony in front and on the flank. Both the Anthonys, I don't think so. They're adding value.
Right.
I think I would. I think Mason Mount looks like a guy who just keeps running around. I think he was doing that in Chelsea days also.
Right.
I don't know why we bought the guy. So Mason Mount never. McTominay still okay. I can't think of. I think still McTominay. Yeah, I think he's good. He's good. He's
nobody
not
in
great.
defense you don't want to get rid of Maguire
No, I'm just coming there. I'm
अच्छा,
just
okay.
coming there. No, I'm coming there. I think I still believe Maguire and Lindelof are decent.
Yeah,
I
rotation
think
wise. हाँ.
couple. Yes, I think we need that guy. He has head over his shoulders very, very well.
Right.
Only thing at times what happens is there's too much pressure. I think
He
his
panics.
pressure is not just the football pressure that he has. I think his family supporters ka pressure bhi hai.
Yeah.
So I think he's taking it on his head. But otherwise, there are many times when I watch him very closely because there's too many eyeballs on him right now.
Right.
I think we are critically evaluating him.
Right.
Otherwise, he's pretty decent. I think the many times when he's supposed to be as a central midfielder, he's there. Okay, it's always good to be on the majority side. Say, hey, that guy is but I think if you really critically evaluate him, he's good. I think Evans has to go.
Right.
I still feel Varane also has to go. For
Rafael
some
Varane?
reason, yes, yes.
Really?
Yes,
That was good
Varane.
one. I even think
Uh,
Varane should.
I
तुझको
know.
भी
I'm
लगता है?
serious. Yeah, Varane never. I don't get that thing when he's there. So he's good. I think he covers a bit of area. I think after that, there's nothing that he adds value there, and he's not a guy who actually. We need somebody who can actually, probably like a Vidic, who would actually overall all these forwards and defense saying that this is where you have to be, this is where you have to cover. I don't think that presence is there even with Varane. Even if Varane is not there, I'm still okay. I'm still okay with
So
them at the
you'd
back.
sell
So
Anthony Martial, Anthony, McTominay, and Varane
yeah,
ahead of
yeah,
Varane and Evans ahead of Maguire and Lindelof. That's scandalous,
yes.
yeah. ये मतलब
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I think Lindelof and De Gea.
इसका हम लोग
Okay,
शॉर्ट
they
बना
had
के इसको रील में वायरल करेंगे यार.
this. No, on a serious
यूनाइटेड
note,
फैंस भी नहीं चाहते कि मतलब मगवायर जाए. वो
मगर नहीं
चाहते
जाए.
हैं.
सही है यार, मिल गया हम लोग का कंटेंट आज का. सही है.
no,
And
but
yeah, go on.
what I said was it's very easy, to evaluate someone who's doing the team is doing really well. Now, for example, City,
Yeah,
even Grealish will look good.
yeah,
Even Grealish will look good according to me because the team is doing well and he does 2-3 fancy for the best player around and all those things. But when your team is not doing well, even if you get the basic right, okay, it's unseen. Okay,
right,
and that's the scene with De Gea and Lindelof. I think they have been carrying this burden. The shitty defense that we had, I think they have saved us a lot. I
right,
think we could have been always in the bottom half, thanks to them. According to me, we are in the top half. Okay,
right.
we were never expected to be in top four, top two, top one, whatever. But genuinely, I feel these two guys were good. So Lindelof deserves to be there. If De Gea gets another opportunity to come back to United, please come. We don't want Onana.
Right.
Any day, De Gea over Onana. And I was excited about Onana only first 2 games because I had seen him saying that he would come to midfield, pass and all. After 2-3 games, I don't think so. He's come even. I don't know what is the chota wala box in the D wala. उससे आगे नहीं निकल रहा वो बंदा. De Gea was always there near the end of the D.
So,
So I
so
think
you'd be selling all these players and you'd be replacing them with whom? Keep it short,
I
Kishore
don't
bhai.
know.
We are about to wrap up.
I,
So, yeah. So,
No,
you
keep it. I mean, if I'm telling you, I think we should get unknown players. Okay,
okay.
I would still go back saying, look at the stats. Even if the clubs with the 16, 15, get people from Bournemouth, Brighton, who are actually, the guys in the defense, in midfield, who would give their life to play. I think we're buying personalities, we're buying big names. I think they come here to prove their names. They don't come here to prove the club. That's the problem right now. We're getting big names, good, amazing, from a cosmetic, from a marketing strategy perspective, it's good, but it's not reflecting on the field. We would still want, even if the name is unknown, if it's some Shing Shong Guai or some guy Balbeet Singh in United, if we are scoring goals, going around passing the ball, I'm still okay with that. I
Right.
don't want big names. I want the club to prosper. That's it.
Right. So, same question to SP. SP. So, do you think something can be fixed? कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या यूनाइटेड का हम लोग कि मतलब वो लोग
Yes,
ट्रैक पे आ जाएं करके.
one thing which we can't do is fire the manager because we don't want them to go down the Chelsea route. Like keep
Yeah.
firing managers and the team suddenly spirals out.
Yeah.
Even under the very good managers, they are not able to come back.
Right.
So उसके अलावा player reject has to definitely happen because this current set of players are not bonding together and ETH has got some time.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember the last time I put a United player in my fantasy league team.
Right.
Because Rashford was on form. Luke Shaw used to play good. Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes, all these are always there in my team.
Right.
Now I don't put them because even in good days Rashford is not scoring.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw is injured. So which is where I feel कि players अभी उस manager के under नहीं कर पा रहे हैं and for some time now.
Yeah.
So once change the players a bit, and I feel even legacy players are not performing that well. मतलब जो हैं कुछ time से उनको जाने दिया जाए and उसकी जगह bring in like from say the young blood if they want to bring in from their academy.
Right.
While their academy is not that known as an Arsenal or a City academy, but we can still try and उसके साथ outside players scout when they can. Like I think even in the transfer window we heard a lot about United transfers.
Yes.
Much more than all the other clubs which have a lot of money.
I mean, that's a strategy, dude. Nothing. This is just to keep in the news. That's it. To
Right.
ensure that the share price is always high. We know at the end of the day, if you get two players, which you really don't want to buy them anyways. So it's okay. Because we have been following this for a decade, right? So we know this trend. We know where it is heading. So
I like personally felt the transfer of like Onana for a De Gea not the best transfer
Not
in
worth
my
it
mind.
even. Not worth it. मतलब
Yeah.
वो
Not
पैसा
worth
आप लोग खर्च करके किसी और को ला सकते थे. Maybe Doku
Yeah.
I think,
या फिर Mitoma from Brighton. You would have been a
yeah,
very good
man.
winger.
Those
Brighton से
amazing.
So you could have purchased players from feeder clubs basically, है ना? मतलब Brighton से
And there is
Bundesliga से.
sounding a bit
That's
naive
what I'm
also,
trying
I
to
would
tell
say.
you.
It's a very bit similar to the transfer like when Burnley was there at Arsenal and Ramsdale was brought in. I
Yes.
personally felt Burnley was great.
Yes.
So I was like, we need players, but not the best goalkeeper right now. We can try to stay with Burnley or new players, but overall the entire team gelled together and like ESR would come from bench and score. तो वो सब चीजें होने लगी तो Arsenal got through. But
आर्सेनल का और सिटी का हम लोग नेक्स्ट वाले एपिसोड में करेंगे. अभी यूनाइटेड.
So that's drawing parallels. That is where I'm saying
Yeah.
कि, if they do that instead of bringing players who don't need to be substituted, तो अगर the players that need, मतलब जैसे defense देख लो, if they're not scoring goals, they should not receive goals also.
Right.
So defense needs to change for sure. तो Lindelof, Maguire हो गया, McFred is a meme right now, right? तो शायद वो भी कहीं ना कहीं जूस अप करना पड़ेगा उस साइड को. During Ole's times, I felt a lot of players did not get like from the bench. They are good Dutch players who just didn't get out of the bench and play. So there are those few things to be done, and time के साथ ही होगा. Like suddenly teams believe and then they start forming. We need that.
Right.
So fortunately, we're not going to be relegated. I did the calculation, so that is one thing that fear is out. So
Fingers
good.
crossed, huh?
Because no. I did the calculation, so it's not going to happen.
Right.
So I think top 6 and top 4. When top 4 is a dream, hoping because now I was just looking. I think Arsenal is playing Tottenham, or are they playing Newcastle?
Newcastle. Yes.
Newcastle. I think
Right.
Tottenham is playing another big team.
Chelsea.
So Chelsea. Okay.
London derby,
sorry.
yeah.
Another. So
small
I think.
Yeah. So
I think there are points to be dropped. I think it's just about momentum. It can change. We finished our City game now. That is something that we have to forget. Newcastle also found something to forget. Get these small teams, finish the wins off, and these are old days. These are like givens. You just have to watch at the 85th minute, just check the score line. That's it. That was how we were when we were there in the Ferguson era. We knew this was a win. And we'll focus only on the Arsenal Chelsea games. Now, this is anyways a waste of time. There's no point in watching. We'll watch the highlights any which ways. So that kind of confidence is something that I want from the United team. Saying that, okay, this is Luton Town. Number 18th or 19th, I think they won only 1 or 2 games. Oh,
Right.
That means 3-0. So that is missing.
So इस बार यूनाइटेड इज प्लेइंग लुटन या फुलहैम के साथ मैच, राइट? ये वीकेंड
आज away.
राइट. सो गाइस, दैट्स इट फॉर एपिसोड 1. हम लोग नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में वी विल बी ब्रिंगिंग इन मोर पीपल एंड विल बी डिस्कसिंग अदर टीम्स लाइक चेल्सी, सिटी, लिवरपूल, स्पर्स, आर्सेनल एंड अदर टीम्स एज वेल. कि मतलब ट्रांसफर्स कैसा गया है, रेलिगेशन बैटल कैसा होने वाला है, टॉप 6 में कौन है, यूरोपा प्रोस्पेक्ट्स क्या है, कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग कैसा है, how are the mid-table teams doing, what are the possible transfers that might happen in the next transfer window. So these are some of the items that we'll be discussing in the next episode. So as of now, this is episode 1 wrapped up. Thank you SP, thank you Kishore bhai, thank you Ashi is out because वो drive कर रहा है. SP, तुझे कुछ बोलना है?
Yeah. So I think you will find my Instagram ID at the bottom of the video. Please follow it. The Badhiya. I even put up my stand-up shows in those links. Come for our shows, have fun, and we'll be doing many more of this fun.
Yes, we'll see you guys soon. This is going to be a weekly feature. तो मिलते हैं soon episode number 2 पे. Cheers, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.